It's your main man, PBM Louie.
It's the homie GL.
With Bids.
And Bottles.
You know, Rose. This is our sponsor. We do this every week. We want you guys to go check it out.
That Red Rose.
So look, we're certain guys, right? And we like to groom ourselves. Yeah.
You heard?
So in certain times when we grooming ourselves, you know, you got to be particular. You got to take care of yourself, right? The only way you can really take care of yourself is by using what?
Presence beard kit.
You know what I mean? It got everything you need. All of the two essentials.
This joint in here, bro, it got a comb. It got the beard balm. It got the beard bonnet.
Show them the beard balm.
They got the beard balm.
Show them the oil. Show them the oil.
They got the, oh shit, hold on. They got the dust bag.
Everything
got the beard oil.
So it's a different thing when you're dealing with that. So
comb.
Presence is where it's at. You want to get your beard right. You want to get your beard together. You want to be able to sleep right. You want to be able to be good. You want to get the oil, the Nikes, the essence, the smell. You want your wife to be like,
You know what I'm saying?
Presence. Beard kit.
Yo, use that special Beers and Bottles promo code.
Use that now.
25% off.
It's at the bottom of this. 25% off. Use the Beers and Bottles promo code. All right? So Presence Beard Kit. It's us.
Yo, this TUTT 360 New Direction.
Yo, you already know it's your boy 8 the Great.
We poured up Beers and Bottles.
Take us 13, 14, where you was at, mindset, you know what I mean, and why you started, joined the blood. So why you was a part of the, you know what I mean, the gang.
So it's kind of like ironic because, 8, you know what I mean, bro, he younger than me. You know what I'm saying? So you would consider like 8 would be like a second or third generation blood.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
So, when I was 13, 14, when I first came off the porch, first and born and raised in New Jersey, just like any other typical kid, I had both of my mother and fathers in the household, which was a blessing.
Right, amazing.
They did everything in their power to make sure they kept me focused and, got me what they could afford, and make sure I did what I had to do as far as going back forth to school and all that was good, in the home, the nest, that's where you protected it. You know what I'm saying? But, unfortunately, we was living in environments where there was a lot of stuff going on outside.
Right.
Once you get to a certain age where your family can't keep you in that nest, you start venturing outside, you start seeing different things. You know what I mean? If you start seeing different things as a young kid, that's why we relate so much to the younger homies that we dealing with now.
Absolutely.
Is we understand their struggles of what they saying. You know what I'm saying? If they saying a bunch of, violence, stolen cars and all that stuff, they're going to pick up on that. You know what I mean? And I was one of them that I wasn't into none of that. I was a kid that scared of my own shadow type kid. I wasn't one of the ones trying to act like a demon and be tough. I was different than these kids.
Right.
I came into a situation where the environment created something in me that made me start acting like that because I was putting on for what was going on out there.
Right.
So when I came outside, it's met some of the wrong people. You know what I mean?
And what year you think that this was? 95, 96?
95. I was 13. I mean, that's when I first, you know what I mean, like got any like idea of what was going on in the streets, like being exposed to what was going on outside.
Right.
So I started hanging around people. You know what I mean? In the street, you're going to hang around some of the good people. You're going to hang around some of the bad people. It is what it is. You're going to call it how it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Unfortunately for me, as a young, impressionable kid, I started hanging around people who was into stuff that I really wasn't into. Mm-hmm. But once I seen what they was into, it piqued my interest.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started being into stuff, and that's what started taking me away from, my structure, my family structure.
What some of the hurdles was it happening young? Were you going to like juvenile hall young? Where was it? Did it start there? Like, did you start seeing your peers there? And did it shape your identity as far as you fist fighting, you know what I mean, coming out back from the streets, those problems you having inside, you know what I mean, the juvenile hall system coming back out because obviously you 13, 14 years old, it always stemmed from there. What was the mindset?
Yeah, so it's funny you said that because I first got locked up when I was 13. I was in a car with an older guy who was in the streets.
Right.
And, he had something in there. And I don't know what's going on. I'm just riding with him. So police pull us over. They searched the car, find a gun in there. So now he just came home. He older. Yo, I just came home. Just went through this. You young. They're going to let you go. Typical stuff. You know what I'm saying? Guys in the streets do. So I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, I'm telling him like, yo, my father going to kill me, bro. I'm thinking about mother and father, a gun, locked. I shouldn't be around none of this. I'm still a young, innocent kid.
Right.
But I'm being exposed to something that's different out here. This is happening in real time for me. So, long story short, I told the officer it was mine, took the heat for the gun, and they took me to jail. My mother came. I thought she was going to sign me out the precinct, but they like, no, he got to go to youth house, see a judge. And now I'm like, youth house, mom, crying to her in the precinct. I
you were a baby at the time.
Yeah, I'm still young. And I was in the car with somebody, and I just, got in the car with this person thinking I was good. He had a whole lot of other shit going on. And then, they wouldn't let my mother take me from the precinct that night because I was a gun. And I had to go in front of a judge. So they sent me to the youth house and I had to stand there for a weekend. So when I went in there, I'm scared to death going to the youth house. I don't know what's going on. I heard stories about this shit. It's the old one. And then I was tall. So, they put me in the D unit where the gorillas was at. These call that gorilla unit. So all the big kids that be wild, they put them back there.
17 already.
Right. They put me back there. I don't even belong back. I don't even belong locked up. I'm telling everybody they can listen. I'm walking through as a kid. I don't want to hear none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I go over in there, but I seen somebody I knew from my hood that knew me. I'm like, yo, Tut, what you doing there, bro? Because he knew I used to play ball, be like a good kid.
Right.
And I explained to him, like, yo, man, I was crying and everything. You know what I mean? So
you was that young. You was that
I was 13.
fish out of the water.
Man, I was 13, bro. I just reached puberty yet. Got caught with a strap, bro.
You
like,
a baby.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't believe that shit happened like that. I mean, but, I made it through that, though. When I made it through, it gave me street credibility, you know what I mean, with the big bro I was with. You know what I mean? And, just doing that, you know what I mean? And they pulled up on when I came home, bought me a lot of clothes and gave me a couple $. Like, yo, you did some mine.
How long did you do? Just that weekend?
3 days.
And,
I got locked up Friday 13, but Tupac got killed.
Oh, damn.
1996. That's when it was. 1996. I'll never forget that day.
Nobody gonna forget that day.
Word,
you know what I'm saying,
bro? That was the beginning.
So you moving from there, you transition. Bring us to the time where, let's say 17 now. You 4 years in now. You've been doing this game banging shit. When did you start seeing the first evolution of the Crips, and how did the first beefs for you start on the streets, as far as Crips and Bloods beefing on the streets?
Yeah, so, by the time, like, when we first started banging Blood, like, we didn't even know it was Crips around.
Yeah, it wasn't really
because it was like, we didn't even know it was Bloods around at first, so we ran into some Bloods when they had bought Ja Rule out to Johnny's. The spot Johnny's in Irvington? So back in the day, they used to be throwing club parties there, like how they do now. They bring artists out, so they had bought Ja Rule out, and the whole trenches came out. Everybody came out, East Orange all over. So back in East Orange, they already was banging Blood, like Mass and them Double I homies. They was already banging.
Shout out to Mass.
Right, with Free Mass, man. He on his way too, Rudy.
Since 92, them niggas.
Word. Exactly. But they was doing like on some East Orange with Tretch and all that stuff. Right. So he had plugged them in, but it was over there. They didn't reach over there where we was at. So we had went to that club that night.
That's
Ja Rule was out.
before social media, ladies and gentlemen. So
it
was harder to, to know who's who.
Right.
When there wasn't no social media, you had to be outside. Absolutely.
Word. So we went up there to the concert, and a couple of bros from Avon. My big bro Duke, Free to Duke too, man. Yeah. And he had got into something with
That's
them.
One of the questions too, though. So don't give it up yet. Hold up.
Yeah. So he had got into it with some of them, some homies in there. I guess they had red on. And they had tried to, shake one of the bros in there, like push up on them. So bro and them saying that, and they saw how they had words in the club. So he hit us, let us know like what was going on. So we had to get right. You know what I mean? Gear up, shoot up there, make sure he good. So
how old was you think you probably was at the time?
At this time, probably like 15. I'm already like full-fledged in. Once I got locked at 13, came home, I was inducted in. So whatever they was doing, I was in.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? And when I survived that youth house stuff, and then I didn't die in there, nothing happened. I just came out a wild kid. My mom's them couldn't control me after that. You know what I mean? It was like
you already touch what the beat's supposed to have.
Word. I got all the right. Exactly. And that joint was like, had me out there. But we got into it with some homies up there at the club. We come up there when they let out. We got into it with them. One thing led to another. You know what I mean? We made it up out of it. And then when we got back to the block, we talking about everything that happened. The next day, they pulled up on us. We knew one of the homies that was with them, Monster Rule. Rest in peace, Monster Rule was with them.
R.I.P. Monster Rule.
Word. Monster Rule was with them. He used to hang with us. So
Monster Rule was a Pyro homie, like right?
Right.
Talking about. So I know Monster Rule because he tried to take my hood over at one point, and we had to go to war with bro.
Right.
And what's with is my wife from Chadwick, his mother from Chadwick, his mother and my wife, grandmother was best friends.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So this how our relationship happened. This world so small. But even though, I have my own big homie, you know what I'm saying? He was the bro. He's the, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
I'm going to keep it real with you, even though we was the homie. But go ahead, I'm going to let you go.
So after that happened, and, Monster was with them, you know what I mean? But everything was just crazy that night. Everybody drinking, party, so ain't really get to, like, holler at him. But the next day, he brought them up to the Avon. He wanted to holler at Duke. And when he hollered at Duke, you know what I'm saying? Everything was straightened out. Then from there, we was blood.
Right. How'd you know Monster Rule, though?
Because Monster Rule used to be with us on Avon and Duke. We would Duke on Ghost. So that was Duke co-defendant. That Duke, you know what I mean? When he first caught the body, him, Monster was co-defendant. But he used to hang with us, but then he started being in our new community.
Right.
And then moving around. That's how he went down there. And we ran into him.
You know, Sway's old
I did. And then when ran up in him, he was blood. He was on some blood. She's like, yo, these my homies. But that's what he was saying. That when we was going back and forth, like, nah, yo, he's family. Trying to keep this shit from going left.
Right.
He was the one in the middle of it, but we didn't know none of them other things. Like,
Right.
They family, but they up here disrespected. So they trying to get this blood shit going. We ain't really ready to receive it. And you know what I mean? Shit on me and went left. But, you know, they seen that we was standing on 10. They, we need them with us.
Right.
And that's how we, you know what I mean, turned up.
That's how y'all
y'all merged.
And that was like 9-5, 9-6. Go ahead.
9-5-9-6, yeah.
Walk us through 8, man. Take us through your journey.
Yeah, give 8 to what's name. So, but I needed to meet his.
Yeah.
So, but that's why I ain't want to touch the end yet. I wanted to go a little further to him meeting him. You get what I'm saying? We got to walk through. This is gonna be a 2-hour joint. I'm gonna let y'all know this is gonna be an hour and a half, 2-hour joint. We're gonna figure this out.
It's gonna be impactful.
We're gonna have to probably stop it and go. We're gonna have to figure this out though. We're gonna get all this out, Paul.
Right.
So you know what I mean? But take us halfway through your journey. Just give us the early years before bro. Because then we're gonna bring it back to bro, and then we're gonna connect it in one, then we're gonna move forward together.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's 2 different generations. But we need both generations because, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, 8, my generation. You know what I'm saying? But you know how we do things a little different than how you guys do things. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. Because right. Because we in my generation, I'm a first generation, but we started later than you guys. So we started 9-7, 9-8. I'm already 13. You guys started 9-5, 9-4. It's a different dynamic. You know what I mean? Y'all was way before. So you know what I mean? So go to from there. We talking. He just moved us to like 9-7. Even though he moved us to 9-5, 9-6. But because you know 9-7 is significant. This is gonna be episode 107. So go to, you know what I mean?
All right, so I could take you to where you want. So for me,
junior high school years. We talking about 7th, 8th grade.
7th, 8th grade, mine easy. You know, I'm from Hawthorne.
Right.
South
Side.
That's right. I'm originally from Hawthorne and Fabian.
Jersey.
Yeah, I'm from the Hawthorne and Fabian, right? But then you talk about junior, you know what I mean, like junior high school and all that. I was over there, Camp the Middle, right? So I'm in the Central Ward. I was raised in the, you know what I mean?
New community.
Yeah, I'm right there, right? So, you know, a lot of mine come from that. But I wasn't even in at that time because, you know what I mean, for me, that's when I first started seeing glimpses of it. But everything was we were just still neighborhoods at that time, right? In the late 90s. Like we were still, you know what I mean, we still had Fairview, Fairmont, New Community, you know what I'm saying? But my whole experience, like my introduction to it, like, believe it or not, when I first got introduced to it, I wanted to be a Crip. You know what I'm saying?
So I never knew that.
Yeah, I actually I was gonna be 21st. I was gonna be Grape.
You gonna be from my hood.
Yeah.
I was Wadu and Spaz.
Wadu and Spaz, right?
Yeah.
Because in my mind, my whole family was too far too. They was murdered.
So you talking about 99 then, 98, 99.
So, you know, even what they did down there, you know what I mean? Because they introduced Shamu to the neighborhoods, right? That was like the first version of EBK.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They was banging on Bloods and Crips, right? But then they made their transition, right? But like I said, my whole family from High Spruce, and I'm from Hawthorne.
The murder homies.
That's right. And so in my mind, I'm thinking like divide and conquer, right? Like if my family and all my friends is Blood, I'm gonna just go Crip and then climb the ranks over there and unite the people through there, right? I always had a uniting people type of mindset.
Even as a youth.
And I didn't even understand where my mindset came from, but that was the first thing in my mind because I had friends that was, like I said, from 21st. And I ain't want to go at them. And I damn sure can't go at family, so that was just my ideology of it. You know what I mean? But you know, lo and behold, you know what I mean, I was up there with one of the bros and you know what I mean, he came home, you know what I mean? And that thing ain't, what the fuck?
You ain't about to do none of that.
They came to the street.
Yeah, we came up there. You feel me?
Yeah.
And you know what I mean, niggas cracked them in the park. I seen that.
Wait,
man.
hold on. You're not even telling us the story.
I mean, because
I can't. We ain't.
You seen a homie get a hardcore, a Crip homie get a hardcore.
Yeah.
After one of the homies came home and you was on your head like.
I went with him. You know what I mean? I was up next.
No, sir.
I'm going. Nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Ain't no love in that. I don't know
No
if it was
love.
secret animosity.
No, let me tell you something, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I always had this conversation with niggas. When GL came home, he'd tell you, when I came home, it ain't no love when you first
Good.
coming home. And nigga, I'm from the block. I'm like, they call me 490. A lot of people know what 490 mean.
Right.
490 is the flag.
flag,
It's the
baby.
block. It's the hood. It's the whole hood. That's my name, 490.
Mhm.
I came home, they brought me home like a dog, like I was a prisoner. So
Good.
And
Yeah.
you could get
And-
broke if you show leniency.
And
Like
you
you
show
better
leniency.
kick.
if I show, so they, you know what I mean? It's been times where